Packers and Bellin Health teaming up in an effort to save lives. The organization held a free, hands-only CPR training event inside the Johnsonville Tailgate Village at Lambeau Field. The Packers have made it a point of emphasis after Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest on the field last season. Today, people learned the basics of CPR with a focus on chest compressions during 5-minute sessions. A licensed athletic trainer with Bellin says you never know when cardiac emergencies can happen or who will be impacted.
Spouse, a significant other, your child, your parents, somebody. So the more prepared you are to act and the more people that are prepared to act, then that hopefully someone is around that knows it and can actually act in that situation.
The American Heart Association offers both online and in-person classes for anyone interested in learning CPR techniques.